because if you don't do this, it could actually cause more harm than good. Yo, what's up, bro? Today we're going to be talking about omega-3 fish oils. The modern Western diet has so much omega-6 compared to omega-3s, it's contributing to the obesity epidemic and the mental health epidemic. So it has a lot of beneficial applications, but before we get into that, I'm going to be talking about how to choose the right fish oil, because if you don't do this, it can actually cause more harm than good. Okay, so lots of fish oil supplements go rancid and can basically cause oxidative stress in your body. It basically offsets the benefits of taking omega-3s in the first place. So there's no point of taking it if it's going to cause oxidative stress. So what you need to do is look out for a couple of things. The first one is whether it says ethyl ester or triglyceride. If it says ethyl ester or ethanol on the supplement, stay away from it. These are the cheaper versions, and they're just basically crap up quality. What happens is, first they extract the fish oil and it's in triglyceride form, and then they process it into an ethyl ester form, and then it's basically cheaper for it to stay into an ethyl ester form rather than converting it back to a triglyceride form. So always choose the triglyceride form over the ethyl ester. Why? Because basically there's been studies where they've tested both versions of the fish oils, ethyl ester and triglyceride, and what they found was basically that the ethyl ester form goes rancid at every single temperature way quicker. So basically just stay away from the ethyl ester form and always look for the triglyceride form. The triglyceride form also has higher bioavailability, so it basically will absorb better in your body, although it's not as big of an increase in absorbability. So it is what it is, but take it. So the second thing you want to look out for is if it's coming from a small fish, because these fish have smaller lifespan basically, and they're exposed to less radiation during their lifespan. And the third thing you want to look out for is if it's caught from cold waters, because basically the cold water fish may have higher omega-3 content. So the whole purpose of taking omega-3 fish oil is to bring that ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 a bit more even. In the modern Western diet, we're like a 45:1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3. I mean, that's fucking horrible, bro. We can't get it to 1:1 ratio because that's like impossible, but we can try to even it out a little bit. So that's what the point of omega-3 fish oil is, to bring that ratio a bit more even and to give you a couple of health benefits that I'll go into right now. So the first benefit is its potent effect on mood and cognitive function. When I first started taking this stuff, after a couple of weeks, I felt way better, man. Much more mental clarity, much more drive, happiness. And yeah, the happiness one is a big one. And this stuff is no coincidence at all. This effect is actually well known in the scientific community. So in some studies, they actually find that the EPA in omega-3 can alleviate the symptoms of depression as much as some depressive medication, for example like SSRIs or stuff like that, or at least they can lower the dose. So for example, if you're taking 100 milligrams of an example antidepressant and you supplement with omega-3 EPAs, you may be able to lower the dose a little bit, or even in some cases hop off the medication. The threshold for these benefits is about 1 gram of EPA per day. And this is actually a pretty low dose, and you could go above this dose, maybe like 2 to 3 grams of EPA per day. That's what most people do, and it's a pretty safe and effective dose. So some people even shoot for high levels, 4 to 5 grams of EPA. So 1 gram of EPA does not equal 1 gram of fish oil. What you need to look out for on the label is the EPA content in the fish oil supplement. So you'll see EPA and DHA. What you're going to look for is the EPA content, because that's what the main driver of these benefits. So how does EPA cause these impacts on mood and cognitive function? Well, it basically improves the fatty membrane around the neurons in your brain. Around every single cell in our body, there's a fatty membrane, a fatty bilayer of membrane. And basically what happens when you're omega-3 deprived is you use other fats like omega-6s as the building blocks of that membrane. And once you supplement with omega-3s, you slowly start to turn over those omega-6s to omega-3s. and you start using omega-3s as the building blocks of your membrane. This actually leads to higher cell fluidity and basically is crucial for the cell communication between neurons and neurons with other areas of your body. They're also less prone to oxidative stress, making them more resilient, and you're basically using better building blocks as the fatty membrane. So the second benefit of omega-3s is its impact on cardiovascular health. And for cardiovascular health, you're going to be needing a bit of a higher dose. The current science says for every gram of EPA you take, it's like a 9% increase in cardiovascular function. And obviously there's a limit to that. You can't just chug hundreds of grams of EPA and expect to be like 200x cardiovascular function. So that's not how it works. So cardiovascular function is important for just bringing nutrients to all the organs of your body, including your brain, which actually increases your cognitive function as well. So that's another way it can improve cognitive function. So omega-3s help your heart by basically reducing inflammation and reducing triglycerides. Triglycerides are basically 3 fatty acids connected to a glycerol backbone, and you can basically think of it as fat. The thing is, with this fat, it can't mix with water or blood, and it needs a boat to basically carry the triglyceride to the target organ, to the peripheral tissues. This boat is called LDL, low density lipoproteins. So yeah, they're not low density lipoproteins. LDL aren't inherently bad. Basically, high triglycerides over 200 milligrams per deciliter. Yeah, 200 milligrams per deciliter increases your risk for cardiovascular events, and that's not good.
Well, no fucking shit.
And this is where omega-3s come in. 4 grams of EPA per day has been shown to reduce triglycerides by 18%, which results in a 25% reduction in cardiovascular events. That's just the cherry on top, and what you basically need to work on is getting adequate aerobic exercise and having a good diet to really get your heart functioning properly. So I basically take about 4 to 5 grams of EPA per day. Remember, EPA is not the same as grams of fish oil. EPA is what's in the fish oil, so you're looking for EPA on the label. This stuff helps so much, man. And this is the specific brand I take, and as you can see, it's a pretty potent dose of EPA. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, that's what it is. 4 to 5 grams of EPA per day helps me, it keeps me focused during the day. Mental clarity, drive, focus, happiness, and also the added cardiovascular benefits. But I mainly take it for the potent effects on your brain and mind. I honestly recommend this product to everyone, and links to a high quality omega-3 supplement will be in the description. So just a recap of what we went through. Omega-3s help you gain better cognitive function by basically utilizing better building blocks as your membrane, which increases the cell fluidity, which is crucial for the cell communication between neurons and other areas of your body. It also helps your cardiovascular function by reducing triglycerides, which in turn reduce cardiovascular events. Thanks for watching, bro.
Damn, what is that, bro?